let's check out the first match. So
We have a mirror of Rakdos Madness.
Rakdos Madness mirror match as the first match of this top 8. That clearly something that I wasn't expecting.
Yes, both
So-
players were not on the stream during all the tournament, so
Let's enjoy this match.
yes,
So
yes.
which deck do you think is favorited?
Maybe Rakdos Madness. I don't know the top of the bottom player, but at least one Madness will be in top 4. We
Yeah,
can be sure of that.
That's just mathematical.
So
It is important maybe to know that at 1, 2, 3, 4 players weren't able to get in the top 8 due to the point.
where X2, so 10 true, and for rating they were out. They were putting out of the top 8. So starting with a bridge. So land go, like the best control deck,
Yeah.
but
Okay, so I propose you to take a look at those deck lists so we can see if there are some cards that one deck list play and the other one doesn't, and also because I don't really know the specific cards that are played only on Rakdos Madness. Just to say,
Yep.
The card excited by Pizza, I don't remember the name.
highway robbery.
Alright.
Highway robbery. So this is an interesting card because it is really synergic with the deck. It's a cool new card that enter inside this archetype and push it a lot.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not playing a lot of Magic right now, so I don't know if Rakdos Madness is so widely played at the Leicester Magic Online.
Yeah.
It in this event was one of the most played decks, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Well,
I
anyway,
think due to Sneaky Snacker.
yeah,
Because
sure.
it's another cool card that can create advantage. And if you think about Highway Robbery, that is a card that give you the possibility to start the turn with a free spell because you paid the last turn, the mana, the amount of mana. So with not a huge amount of mana on board, you are able to generate value, discarding card, and do
Ooh.
stuff.
Let's take a look at such cool interaction. So that two-mana sorcery spell is
Yeah.
kind of similar to Demand Answer because they both are divination effects in red that let you discard a card or sacrifice an artifact.
But the discarding
as
is
an
a
additional
casting
cost.
cost. Yeah.
Okay, so in both cases, maybe it's an additional cost. I don't remember because maybe for the sorcery speed one, the one that you can exile in day before and the turn, it is not a cost but as an effect. So I don't really know which can be better, if an additional cost or an effect of the resolution of the spell. Anyway, both of them let you play a spell with madness if you
Yeah.
discard it, or a sneaky snacker, because if you discard a sneaky snacker with a divination, you are also reanimating it in the same turn.
Yeah.
So now is this not the last round? It is the first round of the top 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are
yeah,
two Rakdos Madness in this top 8, and that's really unexpected.
So we can see that in the mirror match, a lot depends on the amount of. I think Sneaky Snacker and Arms of the Vein. Because with a lot of Sneaky Snacker, you are able to generate a lot of advantage, and then you are able to try to push damage on the board. In the meantime, the opponent is trying to get a lot of advantage and tempo with Arms of the Vein that allow you every time to draw a card, because every time you discard and play with madness and gain some life that are important, because both the deck are Rakdos Madness burn
Yeah.
deck. So the
So
strategy is to burn the opponents out.
exactly. So in this kind of matchup, it is really relevant to be more efficient compared to your opponent.
Yeah.
And this meaning that you prefer to always be able to kill as fast as possible your opponent threat. Just to say, Sneaky Snaker is a sort of a zero mana removal spell that doesn't really cost any resources. And cards like Faithless Looting and Vampire Keys and of course the Madness spell are really relevant because with the combo, this card plus a Madness spell, you are able to generate more card advantage.
Yeah.
You are able to generate a huge advantage over your opponent. So just imagine being able, just to say, to have always have a kitchen imp
Yes.
or a fatalist looting or the lands you need to cast the spell. This makes you really above your opponent.
Yes.
All right, so there's a demand answer discarding a fatalist looting.
Yes, but this is in end of the opponent
No,
turn.
during their turn,
Yeah?
I think.
In end
in end
of
phase?
the opponent's
Okay.
turn, yes. So he will. He is able to.
Okay, they crack the blue token to discard a card.
Yes.
And then after that, they cast the demand answer.
Yes.
And that's such a cool thing to do because, this deck is kind of a burn spells because its main game plan is Lightning Bolt you, Galvanic Blast you, but there are a lot of cool interactions. And in this case, we are talking about the Sneaky
So look
Snacker.
at the value that Sneaky Snacker generated, because the first one blocked an Epicure, so it hit a creature and then generate value by discarding the second one in end phase, reanimate both, simply drawing card.
Yeah,
And
also,
now for damage, deal 4 damage to the opponent.
yeah, I think that the most important part about Sneaky Snacker is that it's a recurring threat. So Kitchen Imp was already one of the best cards in Rakdos Madness. Now we are able to play something like 8 copies of Kitchen Imp. Yeah, Sneaker Snacker isn't really as great as a Kitchen Imp as an aggressive card, but force your opponent to have Graveyard 8 or removal spells that let you exile the creature.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to being more efficient to your opponent, wasting both time and resources on trying to not going too much down to the life again, life I mean, is relevant in my opinion. All right, so there are a lot of artifact lands, a lot of burn spells.
Yeah.
And we were also able to see that in Borgia play both Demand Answer and the Cowboy set expansion Sorcery 1. I still don't remember the name of that set.
It's Highway Robbery.
Highway Robbery. Do you remember the name of the ability that let you resolve, that let you exile the card to cast then their next turn?
No. But here we are again with Hands of the Vein that continue to generate tempo, just because and also make you survive one turn more. Plot is the ability.
I see.
Thank you,
very
chat.
much.
Thank you, chat.
All right, so he discarded the Arms of the Vein with a blood token. And also, cool part about Madness spell is being able to cast a sorcery speed spell, and when you discard it, so you can cast it as an instant speed spell.
Yeah.
and that
So
is valid both for creatures and sorcery speed spell.
so 3 life points are not too much against a
Yeah,
barn deck.
I suppose that unless they draw a vampire's keys or something similar, they're
Yes.
gonna die. I don't know how many cards in hand have Petsa, but if the games goes longer and if Imborgia is able to find at least one life gain spell, it will be very favorited
Yeah.
at this point in Borgia. All right, so what they're doing?
Pay 3 mana,
Flashback
Fatalist
from
Looting,
looting.
on flashback, draw 2 card.
If they draw 2 meta spell here, the game will be likely over. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you wanna play here? Dash oops.
Yeah. So one is he is
Thanks.
searching. He is thinking.
Hard choice here.
Hard choice. Hard
Go
choice.
discard double Alps of the Vein.
So, but currently, the opponent was forced to not attack with both the Sneaky Snacker because he cannot play. He has to play around also a Kitchen Imp
A Kitchen Imp or
Yeah.
Goblin Tomb Raider.
or a Goblin Tomb Raider.
Even though it is very likely that the addition of Sneaky Snacker allow you to drop Goblin Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
You know, cards like Monastery Sweet Spear and Goblin Tomb Raider can still be very good in decks like Madness, but since you are less fast compared to a deck like Cool
And
Dota,
a Galvanic Blast.
probably you prefer having more synergistic cards,
Yeah.
more synergic cards over just brute force creatures. Yeah. So
In this case, Pezza was able to dig
mhm.
a
They-
lot. He drew like 4 cards, two by the flashback of Fatalist Looting, one other 2 from the the Demon Dancer. The Demon Dancer.
So I don't remember the cowboy card. You don't remember the
Yeah.
distance card.
Yes, yes, yes. It's not a deck that we used to play. So there is no real reason not to play Sneaky Snacker in Flatless Looting deck. Yes, yes. It's a very free card inside this kind of deck.
I'm not really a Rakdos Madness player, but I suppose that when you're playing so many blood tokens and fatalist looting effects, yeah, it is just a free addition.
We can see in the sideboard of both there are 2 Gorilla Shaman.
And Gorilla Shaman, I say, it is one of the most wonderful tools you can play against
Yes.
this kind of deck. Not only due to the artifact lands, but also to the blood tokens. Madness
Yes.
is really relevant in the as a mechanic in this kind of deck. So destroying all the opponent's blood may be really relevant.
Yeah, in a long game, I think so. And also, in the both of the side, there are other artifact 8.
I think that there are more cards that they can bring in than cards that they don't want to play in this mirror. So in
Yeah.
your Spellbomb, I think you want it. Gorilla Shaman, yeah, of course you want it. Smash 2 Smithereens, well, if you...
It's a power
I
spell
think
with
that destroying
upside.
artifacts is kind of good.
Yeah, I think so.
I suppose there are more or less the same cards in the other Rakdos deck list.
Yes.
Wow, makeshift munitions. Wow, unexpected.
Makeshift munitions can be a slow matchup can be very very good.
I guess you can also say that it can be good in the mirror match. You
Yeah.
know,
It's funny that in
you can sacrifice your creatures on response to your opponent removals. So
Yeah.
converting the creatures in an extra damage would be clearly good, and also you are able to not waste any spell to kill your opponent creatures, just to say whether Epicure or Gorilla Shaman.
Yeah, I think that there are plenty of new cards in this kind in this archetype. Another important addition was the Ping land,
Yeah,
the Rakdos Ping land. That is also a cool card because
from the cowboy set.
yes, plus some bounce land can generate those 2-3 damage during a long game
Yeah,
that can be relevant.
you know, instead of playing something like the land that you can sacrifice by tapping for mana and to draw a card, it is clearly better. And of course, it is also better than a gale land because getting one life doesn't really matter to you, I suppose.
Yeah,
Munitions is really slow for madness, sure,
but
but
very
mm,
synergistic with the Sneaky Snacker.
yeah, but with the wall deck, I say. And anyway, Madness is already a slow deck, so a sort of mono red burn, splashing black, trying to grind out blue based decks, more or less. Uh, Kuldota, as it is played right now, well, Kuldota isn't a burn deck, is a red deck wins, but you can kind of group all together the lightning bolt based decks with a very aggressive gameplay. It doesn't really have a lot of card advantage, so it's kind of just die if
Yeah.
isn't able to kill the opponent by turn 5. Madness is just still playing by turn 20 because there's a lot of faithless looting, whatever, because they are necessary to cast a lot of spell in this deck. So compared to a classic burn deck like the old one with Thermal Alchemist and Kessig Flamebreather, which is a real burn deck,
Yeah.
like Rakdos Madness, even though there are a lot of cool interaction in Madness. Burn, Pinger's Burn, used to be a deck that if you just counter-rated the burn spells, was gonna die in the late game. In case of Madness, it isn't really dying, and it is probably more wiser instead of countering the burn spells, countering the enablers like Faithless Looting or Demand Answer, because they are then not be able to work as they are supposed to work.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting with the second game.
So land go, land
Epicure.
Epicure. Epicure.
I took a look at the Kuldota red list that tweeted, and they had the same art of Voldar and Epicure as those two Madness players. So
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
kind of surprising to see all the red-based decks playing the same art of Epicure.
So no one is
that-
running
And this is
the new
worst.
familiar, the new rat zombie creature.
Mhm.
So faithless looting, searching for land.
Searching for a land, so they kept
A
non-lander.
one-lander,
Alright.
one-lander.
Yeah,
hand.
that's surprising. Maybe they got.
We will see. We will see.
Well, maybe they got greedy. Seeing
Maybe
a good hand.
he's just
Oh,
what.
they just have lands in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, bounce land maybe. Yeah,
Yes.
it is cool that in this deck, bounce the Rakdos Carnival is so good.
Absolutely. Yeah. With faithless looting, you have always resources to discard and create advantage. So I think that it is a very cool card. Not in the matchup with Ponza, but in that matchup you are able to discard that card and simple cycling.
Yeah.
So it is good. Another ping land. So 2 free damage for Immerja.
So they're just creating resources, building their gameplay, and it is cool to see how the Rakdos Carnarium here let you play around Gorilla Shaman. I mean,
Absolutely, yes.
probably our players should play around Gorilla Shaman.
Ooh.
Sium.
This is 3 mana, draw 2 plus choo choo
Choo-choo
with a choo choo.
is a train.
Yes, a choof choof,
Choof, choof.
aced flying creature.
Well, you can say it's a train because how fast it is for landing on the
Yeah.
battlefield and striking
The
to
deck is a train, the creature is a train.
I suppose this edition of Paupergeddon is just a trains deck because from a side there are slow cargo trains in form of Punza and Wolf's Cascade. On the other side there are the bullet trains in form of kitchen imps.
It's cool that there are plenty of card advantage spell that require you or to discard a card or to sacrifice a land. So if you have a land, an end full of lands, you are able to cycle them and
Yeah,
whenever you
so
want.
that's the reason why this deck doesn't die on the top deck because every dead card can be cycled for a new and good card, and I think it's weird to not immediately bolting the Kitchen Imp. I mean,
Yeah.
they are not playing around the dispute on Kitchen Imp. Maybe they are supposing that the opponent doesn't play the dispute. I guess
Yeah.
my opponent plays about the Thunder Jackson, Sorcery, Divination, and Demand Answer. I guess they're not playing the dispute.
Yeah.
Smash to Smitterins.
Smash is huge.
Oh,
Smash is huge.
not going well for Imborgia.
Yes.
They don't even have a demand answer to sacrifice the land on response. That's really relevant. Oh, wait.
Oh,
What are
wait.
you doing? They noticed that they can do something, maybe? They have the demand answer, so they listen to what they say.
Yes, yes, yes. They
Yeah.
are listening the advice of Adepto that he's here to play this game.
We should be us that playing this match instead of them.
So sacrifice the clue. The
okay.
second, the second kitchen imp. But there is a bolt.
Yeah.
There is a bolt. So 16 life and 15 life. The game is still open.
Yeah, still longer from the closing. So I mean, they still have a lot of life, but they at least from the side of Imborgia there isn't much play action.
Yeah.
Now.
1 mana. No. Okay, another Volder Epicure. Maybe the third Kitchen Imp is
The
coming.
third copy of Kitchen Imp will be, I mean, will be
At least
really
interesting.
bad for
At least
yeah.
interesting.
Creatures are so good to deal damage turn by turn.
Alms of the Vein. Alms of the Vein, as I said before in the last game, is huge in the mirror.
Probably the best burn spells if you just don't count the ability of cards like Galvanic Blast and Lightning Bolt to kill creatures, because you get 3 lives back, so you are forcing your opponent to also have another burn spells to come back in the game.
I think that there is... Oh, okay. Not a Kitchen Imp to fight the other Kitchen Imp, but a Bolt effect in the card of Fiery Temper.
Vampire's Kiss.
And a Vampire Kiss. Vampire Kiss is I think is better than a Divination in this deck. It's very...
Well, you know, alongside of Fatalist Looting, it is probably the best discard effect.
Yeah.
Because you are generating 2 blood tokens, and the blood token is indeed really great to cast Madness spell. You are just paying 1 mana to discard the
Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog.
Pod.
Bojuka Pod. There is only one card with flashback, I think, only one Faithless Looting on the graveyard. There was currently.
Mhm. Yeah, I suppose they don't have a lot of lands.
But there is
Alright,
another.
Faithless Looting from the top
There is
deck.
the second Faithless Looting discarding.
Land
A
and
ping
Arms
land.
of the Vein.
Wow. Wow, the second Arms of the Vein create a huge amount of distance between the two.
I suppose the game is almost over. They're trading their board.
Last time that we say the game is over, the turn after the opponent won the game. So I have to remember this. But the game, I think, is close to the end. But okay,
Command
Fiery
answer.
Temper. This is
Alright.
in the end phase. Ooh,
Smash.
Smash. So
So-
Imborgia goes to 3 life points, 3 total life points.
In Borgia tried to find the land. No,
Yes,
they played in their end in the
Yes, in
opponent
the
phase.
end phase. So 3 life points and a lot of lands less than the opponent. Arms of the Vein to try to survive and gain some time. But now he is under a reach of 2 bolts effect.
Again. Okay, so
Again.
yeah, just a time will clear the Helms of the Vein.
Yes. So draw a card, and there is also a Faithless Looting on the graveyard, so Petsa will be able to dig into the deck to searching for other bolt effect. He is looking at the exile. Maybe he's studying what remain in the deck, what resources are available inside the deck.
Yeah, because if you tap for Fatalist Looting, you need to choose between leaving up 2 black mana or
Yeah.
1 black mana and 1 red mana. And size, they already played 2 copies of Kitchen Imp and at least 1 Arms of Vein. It's probably better to being able to cast both Fury Temper and Arms of the Vein or a Kitchen Imp. So instead, they're going for the Blood Token.
He discarded one Sneaky Snacker.
The Sneaky Snaker, probably followed up by another.
Ooh, Galvanic Blast.
Alright, so.
Galvanic Blast for only. No, it's for 4 mana.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Discard another Sneaky Snaker, allowing Petsa to reanimate double Sneaky Snaker. Yeah, I guess.
But they are tapped, so the problem is on the next turn. You don't have to worry about
not turning point.
them now, but
There's no turning point with only 3 lands, and you at 2 lives. Is very, very hard to deal 17 damage in 1 turn.
yeah, I think so. But we will see. We will see if there is hope, or you have simply to say, that's all. That's all.
Go bold face. Oh well, if they draw a Gorilla Shaman, they can destroy the 2 lines.
Yes. The only problem is the 2 big fairies on.
Well,
Demon Dancer.
you know, it is kind of surprising.
Wow.
That
This is a way to survive the
works.
turn after. This is a way. At least he is trying to do.
how many copies of Demand Answer and similar effect that they have in their deck? I mean, this seems a lot.
I
So
think endless.
8 in total, so 4 and 4, and that's a lot.